As a flyhalf of colour already in his high schooling rugby career, there was already a lot of pressure, scrutiny, as well as expectation on the shoulders of Lubabalo Dobela. But in the end, he made it to SA Schools A, as well as the South African under-20 side, and explains it was not an easy journey.
I really saw that, there's bigger talent, around the world. There's a big pool of rugby players, and this is something that you have to, take time for and really grind it out. You can't just think your talent's going to take you everywhere. The journey was, it was arduous, but I learned quite a lot from that. Coming out of that, it can be pretty tough because you ride a sort of wave that you were on with the under-20.
Having won the bronze medal with the South African under-20 side at the under-20 championships in 2018, he arrived back in Bloemfontein at the Cheetahs hoping that it would be his breakthrough season, but it wouldn't be the case.
Yeah, the first thing you have to realize is you're not the only one. Yeah. There's guys above you that have played where you've played and maybe have done a little better in that situation. It has to be a situation where you say, okay, a situation has happened, you need to move on now, and you need to be better than you were when you had left, because you were playing juniors. Now it's a big step up to seniors, so it can't be a long period where you dwell on one thing. But if you use it to drive you, then it's a different situation.
That unfortunately resulted in 10 months at home in East London, and he could have easily called it quits if he was a different character.
But I always had that thing in the back of my head saying, listen, if something happens, you don't want to be in a situation where you're not ready for it. So I was always training. Not everyone would see an opportunity in that situation, but I would say I'm quite a resilient person. I was trying to send DMs, I was trying to send emails, just for a trial. But luckily, I ended up getting picked up by the Sevens.
But through his resilience, he was able to get a saving grace, which is the South African Sevens team, and he was very grateful for that opportunity and what it entailed.
At the time, I'd never played Sevens, like at all. We played, in school for like inter-house sort of things. But when I got the opportunity, I made a promise to myself and my father that, listen, I'm going to give this thing in front of me the best go I can. I'm not going to think about what comes after it. I want to be the best that I can be here and give it a full go. And that's what I did. But obviously, as you've probably seen, there were some injuries that came with it.
Dobela is now hoping to be able to give back to the Lions and reward them for the opportunity they have given him.
That's the number one thing, I think. I want to lift a trophy. They've never been so close and denied. I think we can really lift the trophy, and I want to lift a trophy with these guys.
Dobela is expected to be out until at least late November, but he is chomping at the bit to finally get his opportunity to make his debut for the Lions in the United Rugby Championship. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I am Yolulwe Qoshe at the Johannesburg Stadium in Johannesburg.